love Mario Kart, don't we, guys? We love Mario Kart. But do you know what I also love? I love ranking stuff. I love ranking stuff all the time. How could you tell? And I'm going to do some cupping today by ranking the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe cups. Now, it would be easy for you guys to work out my average of where I placed every cup and figure out my tier list. But when it comes to ranking cups, I want to do something a little bit different. It will mostly be going off of what I think about each track in the cup, but I will be going based off, like, do the tracks flow well one after the other? Does it start off easier and then ramp up to being harder? Like, I'll be ranking the cups on a more mechanical level, along with whether I just straight up like them or not. So without further ado, let's begin, shall we, with the Mushroom Cup. Let's have a look at the Mushroom Cup, shall we? Mario Kart Stadium, a fantastic start, as far as I'm concerned. The second best beginner track in the entire series. Then you get Water Park, which is a bit... Maybe I'm starting to see what everyone else sees when it comes to Water Park, because I didn't realize this track had such a big hate fandom. Sweet Sweet Canyon, I don't care if you hate Sweet Sweet Canyon. I still think Sweet Sweet Canyon is lovely. And Thwomp Ruins, well, I think it's the weakest of the cup. I think it's definitely the hardest of the stages and offers the most gameplay intrigue in terms of, like, the split paths and what have you. While I personally don't like it that much, I think it is a fitting end to the cup. Out of all of these tracks, the one you'd want at the end is Thwomp Ruins. And when you compare it to its contemporaries, even if Cheep Cheep Lagoon's a bit on the mid-side, I think Mario Kart 7 had a good showing. I think Mario Kart Wii definitely mogged it, if we're being honest. But I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Mushroom Cup is definitely a solid cup. Now the question is it in C or does it got to B? And I think I'm gonna make a new tier. I think I'm already gonna make a new tier. The okay-ish cups. let's do that instead. So I'll put Mushroom Cup there. I think that's well deserved. What do you guys think? C tier. B. I'm seeing B minuses. What else was there? A bunch of B minuses. So pretty similar to me, I would say. Pretty similar. The Thwomp Ruins fan base still plotting our revenge. Well, you've got your work cut out for you. Okay, I'm a hard man to find. Then we get into the Flower Cup. We start with Mario Circuit, which...
How's our signature dish? Bland as fuck.
It is middle of the road. It is Middleton, Middlini, Midorino, disgusting even, I would say. But then you get into Total Harbor, which is like, whoa. Toad Harbor. Toad Harbor with a U as well. Oh, in British English. Oh, God save the Queen. Oh, and then you get into Twisted Mansion, which just makes you want to throw up. But then you get into Shy Guy Falls, which saves it. So as you can tell, it's a bit of a Marmite cup, isn't it? Personally, when it comes to cups, I like it when they start well and finish well. And while this cup finishes well, Mario Circuit is definitely a bit too bland to start. I know we're still in the Flower Cup, so you still might be able to get over being a bit bland. But if you're asking me, is Toad Harbor and Shy Guy Falls enough? And then you got Twisted Mansion in the middle there? I'm kind of hovering in the lower end. What do you guys think, though? F, take it or leave it. Low B. B, Toad Harbor, Twisted Mansion. Someone saves it. Toad Harbor and Twisted Mansion? I think you said the track name wrong there. I think you said the track name wrong, if I'm being honest. Flower Cup is just, it's so over. We're so bankrupt. Damn, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But when you're sandwiched in between Toad Harbor and Shy Guy Falls, lads, you're getting mogged. You're getting mogged really, really hard here right now. Mario Kart Stadium's a good start. Water Park introduces underwater. Sweet Sweet Canyon has a fun theme and introduces some nice shortcuts, the split paths. And Thwomp Ruins has the side paths, Thwomp's overall good theming. Hey! Upward ramp, starts strong, finishes strong. As a cup, goods. This one's all over the place. You start with one of the worst circuits ever made. You get into a bland mansion. It's saved by a harbor and then a falls. I can see the arguments in the chat, but I'm going to stick with my conviction and put it in C. You're not making out the hood if you ask me. As a cup, it introduced TM, so it's bottom tier. You know, typicality is here for the slander, and you know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Once we're done with the Flower Cup, we get to the Star Cup. Oh my God. You start off jet setting on Sunshine Airport. Then you get into easily one of the best underwater stages ever made. Bearing in mind that's not a big compliment since underwater tends to be really lame, but still one of the best underwater tracks ever made. Then you get into theming wise. Hey, I get it, guys, I get it. No, I'm serious, I get it. The racetrack, maybe it's not as good as I think it is on an objective level, but the theme is just absolutely killer. Come on. Like, it's the same as Music Park as well. As a racetrack layout-wise, nothing too crazy, but the theme just sells you. It's the same with Electrodrome. And then, do I really need to talk about Mount Wario again? Do I really need to talk about Mount Wario again? Do I do it again? You can just watch the video. You can just watch my ranking. I waxed lyrical about this absolute beauty of a track, all right? It's S. It's S. Are you kidding me? Mount Wario carries? When you say the word carrying, it implies that the others are dead weight. That's what the word implies. Now, it is doing the lion's share. It is the big man on campus, but Electrodrome absolutely stands on its own toes. And Dolphin Shoals, again, maybe, could it be better? Absolutely. Underwater-wise, one of the best underwater tracks ever made. Alongside this fella right here, you know? Hey, the second... What do the second Star Cup tracks in both of these games have in common? They're the only two tracks that actually use underwater quite well. Crazy how that works, huh? And then Sunshine Airport, I think is the weakest. But again, you start with the weakest, you ramp up to the best. And that's exactly what this cup does. In a cup setting, it does its job fantastically as far as I'm concerned. But then after we're done with the Star Cup Spectacular... Oh my lords. Oh my lords. Let's look at his contemporaries first before we look at... Hang on. They've got World 1-1 in Live Home Circuit. Super Circuit, despite Shifrillis' statements, I think is a very, very good cup. Stacked. Stacked as far as I'm concerned. Double Dash, another stacked cup. We, other than this giant fucking disgrace upon humanity in the middle, all around all right. Mario Kart 7... Oh boy. But then Mario Kart 8. Let me get your opinion first. I don't think it's the best special cup, but it's still really good. Bone Dry Dunes takes it down, but RR is good. Cloud Top and Bowser's Cruise is absolutely phenomenal. Okay. Special is great, except for the Bone Dry dump in the mix. Now, I'm going to be honest, right? I'm going to be honest. Somebody said, please give Bone Dry Dunes the credit it deserves. That one person, I didn't read your name. That one person who said it, it's your lucky day today, all right? Because even though I think Bone Dry is the low point of this cup, I don't think it's low enough to lower the overall quality. Does that make sense? Even though this track is sandwiched in between two phenomenal tracks, easily the best desert track we've had aesthetically. Maybe Bazaar gives it a run for its money. At least it looks good. The train, a really nice idea as well, taken straight from N64 Rainbow Road. Like, even though the track itself, not really much to go on. If you told me I have to play this to get to these two, I will take that trade-off every single day. Does that make sense? Even though it's a step down, it's not so much of a step down where I regret my decision to play this cup. Worst Rainbow Road brings this cup down. I've kind of grown to like 8's Rainbow Road a bit. A bit, though. Not too much, but a bit. I've grown to like it a bit. And while I still don't think the Space Station Rainbow Road Fusion works 100%, I would say it's a fine enough end. You know, it's fine. Is it the worst in the game of all the Rainbow Roads? Yes. But I've grown to like the Space Station a bit more than I used to. It's at least B. It's at least B. The question is, does it push up to A? Does it have enough going for it? When I really think about it, I think A is just a bit too much. A bit too much. Because it still has that, it still has a bit of yo-yoing, do you know what I mean? It's like, good, and then like, good, and then, so it has a bit too much, it has too much of that yo-yo factor, and we don't want that. We don't want that in our cup. So do you know what? You're at the top of B tier. You're as B plus as B plus gets, but I think you're still in B. I think you're still in B. Williams is certified. Hey, I see that. Williams, he's definitely trying to get in the video, and it might work. Who knows? It might work. Because we're going to get retroed up. We're going to go into, hello. But having just looked at this cup, I'm just like, oof. Oh boy. Let's compare it to his contemporaries. Let's have a look. This cup, I would say this is a good shell cup. This cup, I would say is a fine shell cup. And this one, we don't talk about DS, okay? Let's not talk about DS. DS is like its own thing, but it's definitely weaker than Sevens, I would say. Definitely weaker than Live Home Circuit because it's got cheap reef. But Movie Meadows is a solid start. Mario Circuit doesn't really build on that momentum. Cheap Beach also doesn't build. I think the issue with this cup is they don't really build off the momentum of one another. Does that make sense? When I look for a cup, I want the tracks to like at least build upon each other. I like Toad Turnpike, but do I really want to get through these 3 tracks to get to Toad Turnpike? Do I really want to do that? Not at all, really. Not at all. Absolutely not. A lot of you guys are saying the problem is Toad's Turnpike, which I disagree. I think it's the strongest of the bunch. But I'm not playing through the rest of these to get to Toad's Turnpike. I'm absolutely not. And as a result, Seymour, is the house boring or is it... I'll Seymour the house is boring. At least you have a 1 good track. Let's move on to Banana...
Oh my goodness!
Where's this cup? Where's this cup? Royal Wasteway. Royal Wasteway. You start off with Dry. And you get to Dark Plains 3. Boring. And you get to Royal Wasteway. And then you end on... Oh, guys, I'm sorry. It's gonna have to be. Who let one rip, guys? Who let one rip? Who let one rip? Seymour the house is fucking just... It stinks, bro. It's stinking up the joint as far as I'm concerned. Who is it? Donut Play is actually amazing, please. Ziddy. Are you hitting the gritty? Like, what are you smoking, brother? What are you smoking? Where can I get some? I'll play Devil's Advocate. SNES Donut Play is probably the 2nd best SNES remake we've ever gotten. You say that, Where's the competition, though? What you just did is if I said, I am the biggest black British Somali heritage Mario Kart YouTuber, I've created a category so niche that of course I win. So when you say it's the second best, the only competition is SNES PC3. Of course it's the second best. What have you done? SNES Rainbow Road has left the chat. Oh, so it's the third then. So it's the third. It's the third best remake. So you lied to me. You said the second best remake when it's actually the third. You've lied to me, Typically. You've lied to me playing devil's advocate. And for that, your sins will never be forgiven. You're just trying to get in the video. And this worked. You're in the video now. Once we're done going to the worst cup ever made. The Leaf Cup? What's Leaf Cup got for us, eh? Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? Are you serious? What do you want me to do with this? It's just this again, isn't it? It's just this again. What do you want me to do? DS Warrior Stadium. I don't know, who actually likes the stage? Can someone help me, please? Sherberland is, you know my opinions on ice tracks. Someone bring up the image. Yoshi Valley, I think, is a fundamentally flawed track from a design perspective. And Music Park is obviously Music Park. We love Music Park. When it comes to Mario Kart 7s, it definitely starts shit and gets better. And then you get Wii, which was, Lord have mercy on my soul. Has Leaf Cup ever been good? Has Leaf Cup ever been good? Is Yoshi themed? Come on. Listen. You're talking to a guy who, because of Yoshi's Island in Wave 4, I played the original Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo, which is a great game, by the way. I fucking love Yoshi. Don't you ever question my Yoshi credentials. This track, though, right here, shit. Sorry, my bad. Fundamentally flawed. There we go. My bad. Sorry, guys. Mario Kart 7's one, I would put in, like, C or maybe even low B, because it starts off with shit, gets a little better, fantastic, right? That's Mario Kart 7's. At least it ends on the best possible note, you know? Music Park is the only thing in this cup I want to play. So if I'm playing DS Warrior Stadium, then I have to play DS Sherbet Land just to play Music Park. And then I have to play Yoshi Valley as well? Oh, man. Is D Warrior Stadium's all right? You know what? You're right. I'll put it in low D then. There you go. There you go, guys. I had a moment of weakness. And I'll put it in D instead, guys, okay? There we go. He gave into chat, let's go. But lightning, let's go. Let's continue with lightning, shall we? Oh, lightning. Oh my god. Lightning. What are you doing to me, lass? TikTok clock. Piranha plant slides.
This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would.
Nothing about this is
but I legally can't.
You look like a trash can. Are you a trash can?
N64 Rainbow Road. Jolly Workshop. Hey, don't tell Arlo about that track. Grumble. The low point. As a cup, if I'm playing DS TikTok clock, I get into another fantastic track, and then I have to suffer for Grumble to get to Rainbow Road. Perfect. Not perfect, obviously, but definitely one of the good ones. Definitely one of the good ones, 100%. Grumble single-handedly takes it from S to A, but as a cup, I'm playing this cup. I'm playing this cup every time. Let's get to egg. Egg. Yoshi laid an egg, and it turned out to be GCN Yoshi Circuit, Excitebike Arena, Dragon Driftway, and Music. I think whether you rate this cup highly or lowly is whether you like Excitebike Arena. I think that entirely depends on this. I play Yoshi Circuit, and then at the end I'm very excited for music. But then you got Excitebike Arena, which I love Excitebike Arena. And then Dragon Driftway, hey, at least it looks conceptually neat. I just don't think it's all that. But Egg Cup as a whole, when it comes to the game, do I want to play Egg Cup? How would I feel about playing Egg Cup right now? I would feel really good. One of the good ones, maybe? Yeah, I'd say one of the good ones. S maybe even? No, I think Dragon Driftway stops it from being S, I would say. I think everyone agrees, right? I think we're all in agreement that the aesthetic is lovely, right? Say the word with me, guys. Say the word with me. Aesthetic. When you're actually driving on anti-grav, I don't really feel like I'm driving on anti-grav unless I'm deliberately paying attention to the backgrounds, which when I'm playing a Mario Kart game, I don't really, you know? So as much as I want to really like Dragon Driftway, it just does nothing to stick out. But it's still solid enough where it doesn't drag down the rest of the cup. And that's why I put it in A, I would say. What would you guys say? I think Integer as a gimmick is poorly for art. I think it works well for fantastic visuals. Mario Kart is not the kind of game where you're going to be paying attention to the background that much, you know? Like, you're racing past it so fast, most often than not, that you're not really going to be paying attention. In, like, slower paced games, like platformers and what have you, yeah, I think having an anti-grav gimmick would be amazing, right? That's what VVVVVV did. And it does an anti-grav gimmick. And that game is really cool. Triforce. Oh, Lord. There's a reason why Rainbow Road being at the end works very well. It's usually the hardest and most spectacular track. I don't think Hyrule Circuit is the worst stage to end on. I still think it's a serviceable ending track. When you have SNES in the middle, it kind of just looks a bit lopsided, doesn't it? A little bit lopsided, I would say. I think Warriors Goldmine is a fine track to start on, absolutely. Rainbow Road maybe spikes up a little higher than you'd like. And the Nice Ice Outpost brings the vibes back down again. And Hyrule Circus, like, I guess you wanted to save the grand crossover track for the finale, which I think works when it first came out. I think if you swap these two, the cup as a whole works out to be better. But when it comes to just the individual tracks and how much fun I have in them, you got 3 out of 4 good ones, right? I think for having mid outpost, I would put it in B. I think it just about cracks B. I think Hyrule Circuit and Rainbow Road and Goldmine offer enough quality where I would leave it in B. But I would say a solid enough cup. Definitely could be better cups, but we'll leave it at that, I would say. Anyway, Crossing Cup. Animal Crossing crossover. Animal crossover, as we like to call it. And then we get, oh my lord. Hello? Beep, 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 beep. Hello? Nintendo department? Did you cook? Baby Park, what a better track to start on, right? Cheeseland, oh lord, Cheeseland. The less said about Cheeseland, the better. Like, it's a cheese course, by the way, not a desert course. So I don't want to see any of you guys saying, oh, it's a desert. Oh, Misty, it's
just any old desert.
I don't hear any of that. I don't hear any of that in my chat. I'll be very angry with you guys. Wildwoods, I've grown on it a bit. I think it's very, very good. And Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing's good. It's a good crossover. It's a good one. I think I have to disagree with you, mister. I think this cup is one of the most lopsided in the entire game. When I say lopsided, just to clarify, I mean in terms of, like, ideally in a cup, each track should be, like, mechanically more intricate than the last, right? Ideally in a cup. Now, I understand this is DLC, so positionings get a bit wacky. So, a little bit of lopsidedness I'll account for. But if it's too much, then it becomes distracting. I was, like, SNES Rainbow Road being in the middle, and I was like, in the end, it's a noticeable lopsidedness. Do you know what I mean? It's a noticeable. Like, it's like, you know, everyone has like a good side of their face, you know? Some people like the left, some people like the right. But if it's like a bit too lopsided, then it's like, well, you're having a stroke, mate. You should go see a doctor. This one is definitely a bit lopsided, but I'm not calling 999. Does that make sense? I think this is a good cup. This is a very good cup. Starts strong, ends strong enough, I would say. Strong enough. You've got peak and kind of good in the middle. There's no low points, I would say. I think what's important is that there's no low points. There we go. A+. A strong A+, I would say. It's crazy. It's crazy good. But it's not star. Bell Cup. Oh my... Can we move on? I put it above star, actually. Crazy good, but it's not Bell. I think both star and Bell do the thing of each track is better than the last. But then I think with this track, it starts off on a much higher high. Does that make sense? Like, I love Near Bowser City, and then I love Rainbow Road, and I love Super... It just... Everything is perfect. This cup is perfect. This cup is just... this cup isn't perfect, though. I think they really flubbed the bag when it came to designing the cups. But this cup is perfect. I think anyone's saying less than S, so I don't know what you're smoking. Where can I get some? Are you okay? Are you one of the people infected with shaphilicitis? Ooh, Near Bowser City is kind of mid. It reminds me of Super Circuit, Metroid Federation. Are you one of those? Are you one of those? Who is it? Who's the Near Bowser City hater? The BCP gamers. Oh boy. The BCP is where it gets a bit wacky. So we start smoking that wacky tobacco. Now, because tour courses have to be in the beginning, what this ends up being is it creates a lot of lopsidedness, which you can immediately see in the first cup. Look at this. Toad Circle should be at the beginning. It should be at the beginning, but it's not. So I think every BCP cup is going to get, like, marked down a few points. Maybe not a whole tier, but definitely a few points, because they're always going to be lopsided. But Paris Promenade, as a showcase to what Tour can do, I think it was a good start. Then we get into a showcase as to what Mario Kart can do in the middle of my BCP. Okay. Choco Mountain's pretty solid, I suppose. And we're going always good. 10 million Toad seconds. No, just C. You're there. I've got nothing else to say. Let's get to Lucky Cat. Guys, we've got a bit of this going on, guys. We've got a bit of yo-yoing. We've got a bit of a waving in this wave. Tokyo Blue, Shrimmage. Hey! Ninja. Oh, okay, Ninja Hideaway. And the question is, would I suffer through Tokyo Blur to get to Shrimmage? I would say yes. But would I suffer through Sky Garden to get to Ninja Hideaway? I would also say yes. I'm still going to knock off a bunch of points for being this yo-yo-y. I don't want yo-yo, okay? We just had Bell. I just came back from Bell. Well, it was just good, 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 good. Why is it bad, good, bad, good? Are we speaking in binary code? Are we doing zeros and ones? I just want ones. There are a bunch of other cups that are lopsided where I'm like, I don't ever want to play this cup at all. But with this one, though, I still want to play this cup. Does that make sense? It has higher highs and lower lows. I would say that. And because of the higher highs, I would still want to play this cup. Is it C+ or is it B? I think it's got too much quality to just be in C. So I'm gonna make the executive call. B. I'm making the call. I made the executive call. And actually, no, it's C. It's C. It's C. No, actually, it's I've learned from the Arlo school of putting you on your toes. Where am I gonna leave it? Where am I gonna? I'm gonna hide my screen and I'm gonna place it somewhere. And you guys won't know where I put it until it's too late. Let's go to turnip, shall we? Turnip cup.
Disgusting!
Jesus Christ. I'm itching. I'm itching. Calm down, Misty. Calm down. The tracks can't hurt you, Misty. The tracks can't hurt you. I think the more I think about New York Minute, the more I hate it. Like, if you're wondering, Misty, what opinions have changed since your 96 track ranking? Not many at all. But honestly, I hate New York Minute more. I don't know what it is. I hate it just a little bit more now. Mario Kart 3. The less said about that, the better. Calamari's good. And Waluigi Pinball. It's still for that. Oh, it's overrated. I saw that video, Brad Green Girl Man. I saw that video of yours. Oh, it's overrated. Why don't you get me on there, huh? Why don't you get me? Huh? You got all of your friends. Why didn't you get me? Dislike the video. Do I want to suffer through New York Minute and Mario Circuit to get to Calamari and Waluigi Pinball? I would play through Tokyo Bird to get to Shroom Ridge. And I'll play through Sky Garden to get to Ninja Hideaway. Easily. I could easily do that. I don't really think... If you're asking me right now, my feelings... Misty, what about your feelings? I don't feel like I want to play these two to get to these two. I love Waluigi Pinball. I really do. But if I'm going to pick this, I'm going to pick it on its own. I'm not going to pick it as a cup. Does that make sense? And Calamari's good. It was a good remake, but... I don't feel like suffering through... I have now suffered through this and this. I don't feel like this is enough of a reward. This is enough of a reward. But then I have to get through this as well. I think it has to be. I think it has to be C, right? I think it has to be C. I just don't think there's enough quality. There's just not enough quality to put into C+, I would say. Yeah, see, like, Calamari feels like the intermission between shit and good. You know what? D. Seymour. Seymour!
Seymour! The house is on fire!
No, mother.
Fuck you!
Let's go on to the next cup. Propeller. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Because I'm already seeing it. See, I'm already seeing it. So I'm like mentally preparing myself to go against the grain. Look, make the right choice. W Snowland. This cup is very good. A, B tier for me. Sydney Sprint. It's okay. It's okay. I'll play through Sydney Sprint to get to a good track, right? Then where do I get to? I get to Snowland. I don't particularly like Snowland that much. I don't know if you guys could tell. Not really big. I am a GBA Andy. GBA is my game. I do not like Snowland. I do not like Snowland. I'm tired of pretending I do. Gorge is good though. Not as good as the original because the bouncy physics are still weird. And then you get Sky High Sunday, which is just excited by but pretty lame. 3 out of 4 tracks are amazing. 3 out of 4 tracks are shit, brother. What are you talking about? I'll be honest, guys. Do I play through Sydney Sprint and Sloan to get to Mushroom Gorge? And then after I'm done with Mushroom Gorge, do I play Sky High Sunday? Where else do I put it? You tell me! You tell me. I'm asking you guys. Where do I put this cup? This is mid. This is mid. This is good. But after I've gone through mid and mid, do I really want to play this? No. And then I end with this. Guys, what do you want me to do? Am I speaking French? I think I'm speaking French. Because you guys don't understand me. I'm playing this cup. This is a cup. I'm playing a cup, guys. I have to play through mid to get to mid, to get to decent, to get to shit. Why would I play this cup? Why would I play this cup? You tell me. Why would I play this cup? No, just don't tell me. I don't want to talk about any of you anymore. You guys are speaking the French. I'm speaking the English. Worse than turnip? Yeah, yes, it's worse than turnip. At least turnip has this. And at least you know. Okay, do you know, I've just read, do you know what, guys? Do you know what I've read? Oh, Waluigi Pinball is sorry, my bad, guys, my bad. The sleeper agents are in chat. My bad, guys, my bad. The sleeper agents are in chat. Sorry, guys. Rock! London Loop. You start with London Loop. Okay. It's a tour. I get it. Tour tracks, whatever. Okay. I'll play it. I'll play it if I have to. And then you get to Boo Lake, which is like, okay, we're getting better, but Rock Mountain? A boneless Rock Mountain? And then after that, then you get, hey, okay, nice. Okay, now we're talking. The cup is well ordered. Yeah, I will give it points for that. Each track is better than the last. I think Minister Chicken is that you go from C- to B, B, and an S. It's not the worst cup. It's at least C, I would say. But at the very least. But does it get higher than that? That's the question. Alpine carries. You mean Alpine carries Maple's fucking groceries? True. If you're asking me online, like, it's London Loop versus, like, 50 out of the 96 tracks on, like, the versus... You could pick, like, the 3 tracks you could pick online. I'm not going to pick London Loop. I'd rather pick random. I'd rather test the luck with random. But as the start of a cup, I think it works. Does that make sense? You got enough dynamism, chomps off the chain, it works. But then you get into Boo Lake where I'm just like, I guess it's nice that you go in the lake this time, but it doesn't really do anything to stand out. Does that make sense? And then Rock Mountain, every single time I look at Rock Mountain, I just remember that the 7 version is so much better because of the physics. And then you get to Maple Tree, which speaks for itself. It's at least here. Does it push into here? So does it push into here? I'll put it in B though. I'll leave it in B actually. Rock is definitely, I would say, as a cup, probably the weak point, I would say. It's probably the weak point, definitely the weak point. I play London Loop to get to Boo Lake, right? I'm having a decent amount of fun with these 2 tracks. Rock, a little downward swing, but I would happily play through Rock to get to Maple. So I think B. I think B is fair. I think B's a fair shout. Moon? Ooh, Moon? Are we going straight to the Moon games? Berlin Byways, and then you get Peach Gardens, and then you get Merry Mountain, and then Rainbow Road. Berlin Byways. If you're asking me, a bit of a weak start. I think Berlin Byways is the worst traffic track, if you ask me. We're starting off on a pretty sore note. Peach Gardens. We love Peach Gardens. Peach Gardens is great. And then you get Merry Mountain, which guys, if you're asking me so musty, I'm not a big fan of this. But if you're asking me, Arlo, I love Merry Mountain. Merry Mountain is the best stage ever made. It's so cool, and it's Christmas. Are you kidding me? It's so good, and yeah, it's just definitely up here, guys. This is definitely up here. What this comes down to is, do you like Christmas? That's what this entire cup comes down to. Because if you're asking me, we got a bit of yo-yo effect, all right? Berlin is a bad start, but I will happily play it to get to Peach Gardens. And then you get Merry Mountain, which is just... but then you get Rainbow Road at the end of it. I think this has the same issue. What cup was it? The cup with Ninja Hideaway and Shroom Ridge. I forgot which cup that was. But that cup had 2 good tracks and 2 bad tracks. But I would happily play through the 2 tracks that weren't that good to get to Shroom Ridge and Ninja Hideaway. Is it the same with this cup as well? Is this got the same effect as the Lucky Cat Cup? Where I will happily play through Berlin Byways if it means I get to Peach Garden and then Merry Mountain to get to Rainbow Road. That's the question. That's the question we have to ask ourselves here. I think it's a really good job at pacing and track transition. While not the best tracks, I think it's a nice track order when it comes to transition from color aspect as well. That is true. That's true. You go from cityscape to garden to Christmas to rainbow. Theming wise, they do that. They do that well too. Give it a couple of points. I just don't like Berlin, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Even though Merry Mountain is plain, it doesn't annoy me. Like, I think Potato has it like, was it D to B to C to C? Okay, well, I don't agree with that, but I think it's D to A to C to S. So I'm gonna, you know what? You can join Mushroom Cup in okay-ish. You're okay-ish, to be honest. I just have to suffer through too much to get to Rainbow Road and Peach Gardens, if you ask me. Oh, Fruit Cup. Oh my God, Fruit Cup. Is that a fruit in your pocket? Are you happy to see me? Whoa, okay. Amsterdam, a good start. Good. Is it great? No, it's good. It starts off good. Riverside Park keeps the good momentum. Is it better? Is it worse? No, it keeps the momentum going well enough, I would say. I need to get DK Summon. Oh boy, DK Summon. And then after that, oh my God. You could say Amsterdam and Riverside are the low points of this cup, right? Which would be fine, which would be a fair argument. But as I said, I'd rather start off with the weaker track and then end on the best track. So it's got that going for it. So what, you start off good, you end up fantastic. And in the middle, you've got good and fantastic. If you're telling me right now, Mister, would you like to play this cup Absolutely, I'd like to play this cup. How much would I like to play this cup, though? Does it make the cut? I would say it doesn't have the same amount of raw quality that these two have to make it into S, but pacing-wise, again, each track I think is better than the last. You have two fantastic tracks to end on. The best crossover ever made at the end. A+. A+ for sure. For sure. 100%. I dig the vibe. I would play this cup. I would play this cup every day of the week. Musty, come around to my house. We're playing Fruit Cup. I will be there. No matter what. Boomerang, Boomerang, Boomerang. Do you guys remember watching Boomerang when you were a kid? It was my favorite kids channel. Is it my favorite cup, though? First glance, Bangkok. I don't mind starting off with this. Does that make sense? It's a C+ tier track. I don't mind starting with this, though. But then we start with Bangkok to then get into Mario Circuit. I know Albert Boris might be in chat. You're not getting any sympathy from me. Where are you going with this? Oh, that's where you're going with this. Okay, okay. And then you're like, oh, baby. Oh, my lord. Okay. Mario Circuit automatically makes it the best cup. Yeah, that's her legacy now. She's the Mario Circuit person. That's the entire legacy of Albert Boris. But I think, what's it? You start off good. You continue. But then, oh, okay. So again, it gets better as it goes, I would say. Better as it goes. It ramps up in quality. 2 tour tracks, though, might make it feel a bit samey. It might feel a bit samey. But I think Bangkok and Singapore fundamentally go for different enough things, while both being Asian cities, where I feel like it does enough, you know? I think it does enough. Very similar to Food in terms of quality and track order. Switch Bangkok and DS Circuit. The 2 tour tracks don't really bother me on starting on one ending. I would put it next to Fruit. Would you now? Would you now? You know, LA King would put it next to Fruit, and you know what? I think it's one of the good ones. I think it's one of the good ones. I think this is an A-tier cup. Would you say? I think with Waluigi Stadium in Singapore Speedway, I think it has just enough raw quality. I think I'd put it in A. I would. If you said to me, Musty, we're coming around to my place, and house, I put that together. Come around to my place. We will play Boomerang Cup. I will be there, no matter what. Let's start off with Feather. Hold up. Hello? Beep, 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 beep. Hello? Base department? Can we just, yeah? You guys gonna whinge at me? You guys gonna want, yeah? Thank you. Fantastic start. You keep the momentum going in Daisy Circuit. Moonview, you keep the momentum going in Moonview Highway. And then you finish off with one of the best original concepts ever made. Do you know what I still keep seeing to this day, guys? Do you know what I still keep seeing to this day? I still keep seeing people going, oh, the bathroom is just a weird track. I don't know why Nintendo thought to make a bathroom track. And it just makes me sad. It just makes me really sad. I know people like remakes and retro stuff. I get it. If you asked me right now, though, Musty, there's going to be 0 retros in Mario Kart 9. Instead, there's going to be 48 nitros. I would happily take that deal. Because I love original concepts. This is a weird concept. But Nintendo have enough about them where if Miyamoto came up to me and said, they're going to make a bathroom track. I trust Nintendo enough with the quality they've put out over the last 40 years. I know they're going to sell me on this. And what do? They sold me on this. Is it a weird concept? Absolutely. But I don't believe in knocking it because it's a weird concept. It's good in spite of it being a weird concept. It is weird. You're racing in a bathroom. Who races in a bathroom? I mean, I guess when you were a kid, maybe you were taking a bath, you like put your Hot Wheels in a tub and like made them do like tricks like on a half pipe. Everyone did that, right? Sure. But it's a good one. It's one of the good ones. What do you mean? It's fantastic. Amazing even. Sorry, guys. My bad. Was I dead naming Squeaky Can You Spin? My bad, guys. Accelerated toilet. There we go, guys. There we go. I said the line. Guys. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. Los Angeles Labs.
Huh?
Sunset Wilds.
Huh?
Cooper Cope.
Huh?
Vancouver. That's the sound I make when I realize I have to play through these 3 to get to Vancouver. If there's another track that you're like, oh, Misty, what opinions of yours have changed? I probably hate Cooper Cape more. I'm not gonna lie. It's just such a butchered remake. Fuck my life, man. Will it ever get the electric section back? I'm just angry now. I've reached the what's like the 5 stages of grief? Like, I've passed denial. Now I'm at anger. I'm just angry now. I'm just mad, man. It's so bad. So what, you got bad. Do you want to play for... I feel so sorry for you and Cooper Velocity. In a hypothetical world where you can only play each track in cup form, you're telling me one of the best tour cities is stuck between shit, and shit. Oh, what the hell? Oh, stinking up the joint, lad. Oh, my lord. This is filthy. I don't want to look at this cup again. Get off my screen. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to look at you anymore. Let's get on to Acorn, shall we? Oh, Jesus God. This is my Joker moment, guys. This is my Joker moment. Romavanti. DK Mountain. Daisy Circuit. Piranha Plant Cove. This is the cure to insomnia, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is the... Just rename this the Insomnia Cup. Lord have mercy on my soul. If you called me, if you're like, yo, Musty, hey, what's up, man? I just came back from work. I'm kind of tired. Oh, yeah, like, do you want to play? Do you want to come over? What are you doing? We're playing Acorn Cup. I would never hang up more faster than if you say we're playing Acorn Cup. Rome just puts me to sleep. I think I explained... If you want me to clarify any of my opinions, you could... The ranking video, actually, I clarified them very well. But to give you the cliff notes, remember, when it comes to Rome Avanti, we now live in a world where tour tracks can be insanely good. So to go back to a tour track that just does the job and that's it, I have no respect for it. Does that make sense? I would say this is probably about as good as Paris Promenade, but at least Paris Promenade got us off to a good start and, like, has the... It's the first one of the lot. We've already seen good tracks, so now you're giving us Rome Avanti. Does that make sense? It's like Paris Promenade, you gave us like a croissant, right? And then you had Athens Dash, Vancouver Velocity, Singapore Speedway that were like croissants with like chocolate in the middle and sprinkles and it's bad. And now you give us a basic croissant again. It's bad due to Daisy Circuit. Oh, sorry, like the resident Daisy Circuit hater here is, guys. Round of applause. Welcome to the stream, DJ Ninja. It's been a while since I've seen you. He only pops up when I talk about Daisy Circuit. D came out in, I think a lot of my hate for this version specifically comes from how not good a remake it is. If you want me to, I do elaborate very, very well on my ranking video. So if you want to see my full thoughts, I could talk about it there. But the cliff notes are, every aspect of the track that was good in the original is either butchered or non-existent in this version. So mechanic, even though it's DK Mountain, I love DK Mountain. In this game, with these physics, with these hazards and how it works and how Mario Kart has evolved, it just hasn't stood the test of time, unfortunately. It needed like a ground-up remake, and I know that that's not what the BCP was, but it needed it in order to be good, and it wasn't given that treatment here. As for Daisy Circuit, I've long been of the majority. Sometimes it switches sides. It's a very purple sort of track, you know? It switches teams every time. I've always thought this was mid from the word go, and from the word now, I still think it sucks, so... I just don't think it's that good. And then Piranha Plant Cove, don't get me wrong, guys. If there's another opinion I've changed, it's not really changed, but I said I hated Piranha Plant Cove in my 96 track ranking, and I don't know why anyone likes it. I do know why you guys like it now. The adventure aspect, the ruins, it looks so cool. I still think it's shit, though. But I understand a lot more why you guys would like it. Still dog shit, though. So you've got shit, and shit. So as a result, you can go down here, as far as I'm concerned. I never want to play this cup as long as I live. Ever. This could be gone from the game, and everyone will be better for it. Rome Avanti, we don't need this in this game. DK Mountain could go and be remade in Mario Kart 9. Daisy Circuit could be gone and never remade in Mario Kart 9. And Piranha Plant Cove could be gone in tour forever and ever. Piranha Plant Cove is amazing land of aesthetic. What are you on? I'm on the tropical juice right now. Naturis, truly juicy, not from concentrate. It's got a lot of sugar though, what the fuck? One serving contains 19% of my daily recommended intake? Sheesh. And I drank like half this bowl today. Shit, I'm sugared up and ready to go. I advise you choose your next words regarding Rosalina's Ice World wisely. Is that a threat? Is that a threat or a promise? Because we do have a policy here in the So Musty community. I don't negotiate with terrorists. So if you're terrorizing me into liking this track, I've got some choice words for you, brother. I've got some choice words. But last but not least, Madrid Drive, which Again, this track, I see like varying opinions of this. Mid-drid, peak-drid. It goes either way, it depends, you know? Like, the jury's still out on this track. Mid-drid, peak-drid, I think is good-drid. A good start. I like Madrid Drive. But then you get to this. Why are you even here? Why are you even here? Why are you here, brother? We could have had the Woohoo Loops, you know, like Wario's Galleon. We could have had Shaga Bazaar. We could have had literally anything else. Hey, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now it's... And then, I mean... Less said about this, the better, eh? So you start off on a good note. You end off on the best note you possibly could. And in the middle, you have shit and peak. So the question is, does Rosalina Iceworld ruin... Like, does Rosalina Iceworld make you not want to play this cup? And the answer is, even though it's probably the worst track in Mario Kart 7, and yes, that includes Cheap Lagoon, for this stream only, because I want to be maximally slanderous. No, it doesn't. Despite it being utter dog shit, I would happily play Madrid Drive to get to SNES BC3, to get to Wii Rainbow Road. So even though this dog shit track in the middle excludes it from being in the S tier, I would it happily makes the A+. Just know, guys, if you're why have you put us in players? What's going on? It's because of this, right? It's like I'm the bouncer of a club. He's wearing shoes. He's wearing shoes. He's wearing shoes. He's wearing trainers. Brother, you don't go into a club wearing trainers, okay? I know I'm talking to like Mario Kart Andy, so none of you guys have ever gone clubbing. You don't go into a club wearing trainers, brother, okay? That's just... What are you doing? You gonna flirt with some women or are you gonna play a game of footy? What the fuck are you doing? Why are you bringing trainers into a nightclub? Let's go to the club with a full kit. Full kit wanker in my nightclub. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that, lads. I mean, to be honest, if you're the kind of person who likes Rosalina Iceworld, you... Don't tell me. Don't get angry at me. You should be happy. If you like Rosalina's Iceworld, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best cup ever made then. You start off with easily one of the best tour tracks. You have a track that if you thought was good and another amazing track, a peak SNES remake, and the best track you could possibly end a BCB on. If you like Iceworld, this is the best cup ever. By far. Even if you just like it. You don't have to love it. If you just like Iceworld, this is peak. This is peak right here. But I don't, unfortunately. So it's... nearly peak. Right, I think that's it. I think that's about right. So, I don't think this is going to be ordered. Do I really want to order this? I'll order the top. I'll order the top 3. So, what do I have? I have Bell, Star, Feather. So that's the order. Bell, Star, Feather. Do I agree with that order still? I think Bell is definitely the top, I would say. I think I'm comfortable having Bell as my number 1. I think I'm very comfortable with that. It's between Star or Feather. Which one's second place? Because I think Mount Wario ends much higher than Squeaky Clean Sprint. But I think the other 3... I just got like a higher baseline quality. Does that make sense? I would say, like, for example, Tour Athens Dash is a better start than Sunshine Airport. Daisy Cruise and Shoals, I'd say Daisy just about wins it. Moonview Highway over Electrodrome, that's a close matchup. That's a very close matchup, I would say. Those two are just about as good, maybe, on the 3rd spot. And I think Mount Warrior ends, I would say, I like it a decent chunk more than Squeaky Sprint, I would say. So I think that's fair. I think that order's actually correct. So yeah, my best cup, the best, is Bell, second is Star, then is Flower. So what do you guys think? Am I wrong? Am I right? Do let me know in the comments down below. Or don't. Instead, you can leave a comment about why my eye is so red. I don't know how I got like this. Very strange. Leave your game theories down below. And after you're done with that, videos? Take your pick. Which one's it going to stop? Where's it going to stop? Whichever I stop is the one you have to click. This one here. It's got to be that one. There's your lot. I'll see you next time.